Hello, interested everyone. Welcome to class 11 biology. So today we are going to start a new chapter. That is chapter number 13, photosynthesis in higher plants. So chapter number 13 goes to the photosynthesis ladi. So it says photosynthesis in higher plants. So we will be talking about angiosperms or flowering plants now. Photosynthesis share. And there is a short subtitle given over here. It says ultimately all living forms on earth depend on sunlight for energy. Tanda dinga zu zamling ga la ne shimbe gi da kengyo thamje energy che do khar ga la ten de yore la win ba na nime gi yo ga la ten de yore sunlight energy, right? So for energy all living forms on earth depend upon sunlight. So we are talking about photosynthesis, right? So photo la du zambala light da dewa yore light dinga zu khane ra wo re natural source de khane re la win ba na sun chat wo ra. So we will talk about sunlight. Okay, so a short excerpt from your textbook. Except na la kala or la win by na short ta gi paragraph kha chik sten ro I nyam do lo win by na kiran photosynthesis la de comes ki kechin bu yime na ten ro. So it says green plants carry out photosynthesis. Okay, so green plants, they carry out photosynthesis, and photosynthesis is a physico-chemical process by which they use light energy to drive the synthesis of organic compounds. So photosynthesis ki definition thara it's a physico-chemical process. I think light ke yore and chemical ke yore. So it's a physico-chemical process by which some green plants they use light energy. Green plant ki kharchi gore light energy pheju cheni and organic compound synthesize chigor. So di imba songza photo la du zambala light energy chaswa. Synthesis na khar synthesize chigore organic compound synthesize chigore. Sugi chigor la green plants ki. Okay, so that is the definition of photosynthesis. Now, the use of energy from the sunlight by plants doing photosynthesis is the basis of life on earth. So that's why I told you, right? Ultimately, all living forms on earth depend on sunlight for energy. The use of energy from the sunlight by green plants by doing photosynthesis is the basis of life on earth. Life ne wala energy gugor lemba energy dikhane raw gore through chemical dige samo sui produce che yore sunlight agar sa plants ki produce che yore plants la energy dikhane raw gore chemical produce che gi sunlight san raw gore. So di indu sambala sunlight dinenga chambur to. Now see, photosynthesis dikhe chimbu khachini imedi. Photosynthesis is important due to two reasons. So in ngazu lotem nanglo la photosynthesis dikhe chimbu imba yumze ni share yumze ni dikhare la imba na. First, it is the primary source of all food on earth. Ronganzu ki zamning dikang le yani khala khari yoba dige changma primary source di khari chadu gola na khari ki through se gola na photosynthesis ki through se gor ro semjen chik den di gor wa thama thasu de sul den de green plants kan den de green plants di so so khala se la khari pije chi gola na photosynthesis ki process de pije chi gor se ujung so di thangbu di che ta photosynthesis ke chimbu yim be gimze nyewa di khari la wim ba na. It is also responsible for the release of oxygen into the atmosphere by green plant. So through photosynthesis, green plants they release oxygen into the atmosphere. Oxygen oxygen the condense release our atmosphere now through photosynthesis done by green plants. Okay, so these are the reasons why photosynthesis is said to be important. Okay, and we have also seen the definition of photosynthesis over here. Okay, diche kiran gi thanda podo khari jang sa yore kiran zinda chunju gabla khari jang yore kiran zinda guwa chuwa da dumba nalo le du tens ni rock photosynthesis kala. So what you may already know, right? So you know that in for photosynthesis what are the things required? Sunlight gore, carbon dioxide gore, water gore. And photosynthesis ke end product the kharcha durla na glucose, which is a sugar. Okay, plus byproduct che khar thungur la oxygen in the form of gas. Okay, so these things you already know. Kiranzu dige sama kiranzu nyen how work. Ani kiranzu zinda chunga na lola. Maybe in class 10 you might have done some experiments like this one. I will explain, right? Kisi kiranzu experiment the cheme wi imba experiment gitu dan dulu digan keje shewro. In this particular experiment, it shows that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. Nimegi ödi ro photosynthesis chedula yinji miji goyo ba dinga zugi khandes ha ko gor labo imbana we can perform this particular experiment. In all kharche gore you keep one potted plant. Ro potted plant jiki samanal da byogi zishin jiki zishin di nima khashe ji kina nawu na na shasha. Ro kharchin chago labo imbana zishin di nalo yogyo gi loma nalo yogyo starch sama zodang gor. Ro if you starve this particular plant for a few days by keeping it in a dark room, right? 이 가지고를 로마나로 유교 starch 상만 매워 차글. Then what you have to do is you have to take it out and immediately tie a black paper over here. Loma gyab the duniga black paper chart na puyo ro pa shugu tu bujki chart na puyo gyoji shugu tu bujki ni kogan la jar share ro clip kar do paper clip kar sha do. So loma di wa gang da wa niga ka share da, and then you put it in sunlight, right? Sishin di kharche go gore nime we kile tön share. Then after 1 or 2 hours, you take out this leaf, and then you do something called starch test. Starch test. So you already know about starch test, right? Starch testing also khandis chir la women that loma del 30 loga yor kharche loma dikhi thangbu chu nanglo lo ko chu nanglo lo ko chawe je la then ma ni ani alcohol nanglo la ethanol nanglo lo ko ro. Ethanol nama koidu zambala what will happen to this green leaf? This green leaf will appear transparent. Ajin lana ethanol nanglo la chlorophyll gangza ma shuni chlorophyll gangza ma thöyungur. So loma dise shosho rocha dur. And then what you have to do is on this leaf, right? Chlorophyll ma thönsa yogi leaf tingala kisi kirangi iodine lu wena. After adding iodine, you will see something like this one over here. Thanji shugu nakpu kasa jomarwe. Diseo rangja ditir. 아니 chugu nakbu magasa jo marwe sunlight expose shisha ke chorwa di khar cha dur la wi na bluish black color cha dur, which means the one which was exposed to the sunlight, they are showing starch positive, right? Starch test positive show chigor. The one which was covered, right, the region where there was a black paper is a portion jo marwe, portion which was covered by a black paper, this does not show starch test show chigmar di khachin show chigo marla na dinalo starch yo mar starch me go yumzen khare lawi imbai na azu digala khar kabre shu napu de kawra digi khari show chigo lawi imbai na it shows that sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis to occur. For photosynthesis chungwala sunlight inji mi ko yo de ha ku do khajina dibul starch produce chemin do diche ti experiment de kiran zunde juwa na che yo go ta che me wi imbai na kyo min du ni de she kya so ta kiran seu chung so experiment de todan di ine you can also do one more experiment, right? Experiment kharche you take a plant with a variegated leaf lana khala ore loma jangu jangya member che thata pata ingyo ro la ngazu khala gere variegated leaf. So you take a variegated leaf, perform the same experiment as before di nang she experiment di chigo jigyan che ko nagu nal nima khashe sha dine mate nima nal expose che dine loma di pha ko ni ani khare kirang starch test che wi imbai na, then you will see that the green parts of the leaf will show starch test positive, whereas the white or non-green parts of the plant leaf, they won't show starch test positive. Starch test show chigmar din yan digi khari proof chigor la wim bana photosynthesis chung wala chlorophyll ko yo wadi show chigor seu chung so digi khari show che so photosynthesis chung wala sunlight ko yo show che so digi khari show che so photosynthesis chung wala chlorophyll ko yo wadi show che so. And then one more experiment chik nalo kharche ore la wi imba na kiranzu gi potted plant ji ki thanji chedan ji buji gyar da you have to do the same thing, right? Lom di kharsa potted plant di nima khashe dag room na sha ma te and nima la ma te nye ne rang kharche go you have to take a container like this, put potassium hydroxide KOH lu and loma chega corkscrew ki ni split cork the stopper dikhi ni there dagit khala da ngazu khapcho dos lagro khapcho di split chike chi di para ne ma loma chega nang lo ma lu loma chega chilo lo tyen sha and then you keep it in the sunlight na la sha da sunlight na sha du zambala chuzu khashi jelo loma di pha ko ni starch test chewi imbai na the leaf, the part of the leaf which was inside the bottle, digi starch test show chigmar, it won't show starch test positive show mache go gyumzen kharre la wi bana ro in nang lo la carbon dioxide yomar potassium hydroxide nang lo la carbon dioxide sama dissolve cha do. So you can think about potassium hydroxide as something which absorbs all the carbon dioxide sama potassium hydroxide ki ma the shor the glass din nang lo yo sama di nu zambala loma dilla carbon dioxide rag marwa shimba sama feature sama chibuji gyan ro shimba factor sama chibuji gyan to sunlight ni rag do chuni dine ya yungur wa nang lo la seu chung so ani janguni re do So factor khari sang yo mare carbon dioxide sang maso. So carbon dioxide me wi ba na ya photosynthesis chungo mar. So what are the three experiments? What does these three experiments show? These three experiments show that here sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. Here chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. Here it shows that carbon dioxide is necessary for photosynthesis. Chu me wi men zishin shi du ro. Adita nyanga chimbu yin barwa. Chela nga ju ya experiment khashi jo ro di gang le shingir. Okay, so there is one more question over here. Question di nang lo la khala wo re. Kirang ki zishin tongbo ji tab re. Zama nang lo la sa ji ki di nang lo la zishin ji tab re. Zishin tab ni mass of the plant before. Tab du zamba. Tab du zamba la, let's say the plant is about 500 grams. Zishin di jize di khare 500 grams. The mass of the plant is 500 grams. And mass of the soil before di nang lo la soil ki mass khazure 5 kg re. Then after a year logic jela tat kiran di tabdu zambala dige net net kharsa condition din dere to tab chawe jela logic jela zishin di osya longurwa. So the mass of the plant has changed after a year over here. It has become 2.5 kgs, right? Before it was just half kg, 500 grams na half kg ro. Zishin di logic jela ko jigo parne khazu cha der lawin bana 2.5 kg cha der. So what will be the mass of soil? Rather dinalo ta soil mass khazu cha yore. So that is the question over here. So it is supposed to be a trick question. So most people will think that since, right? Dinalo meto chu gyawore nime yo da sangma yorda. 미든조 가르삼 시그를 라고 임바나 지신디 킬로 체가 네 킬로 니데 체가 파르두 잠발라 아니 데라 가주 차서 킬로 니기 파르소 디인두 잠발라 mass of soil dikesi kilo nga imbaina tel kilo ni ma chagre samgar kajin kilo ni decision la ya tor samgar. But uh, people they found out, scientists they found out that the mass of the soil after 1 year it is still approximately 5 kgs or almost 5 kg there. The milligram pat ko nyunyu shuj ma cha yor ma to jemba khare mass of the soil will remain same. It is almost about 5 kilograms. So now the real question is, how did the plant gain mass? Tishin di ki mass khandis gain chere. O kilo ni di khane rare. Soil ni ram hindwa. Soil ni ram hindwa. So is it water? Or where does it come from? Right? So the answer for this particular question is the mass gained by this plant, it comes from the atmosphere. It comes from the atmospheric carbon dioxide. Atmosphere nalola carbon dioxide di khunzu ya nalola theni photosynthesis cheni and khoranzo gi khachi wore subu nalogi building blocks ne ya zigni, so it gained mass, right? So dene khare tishin gi mass gain che che dura sane ya keguji thengo marta sane ya soil ne keguji ya thengo mar. So minerals this ya thengi yugrama to majority of the component that it used for building up its body mass is from the atmospheric carbon dioxide. So I hope you are clear regarding this one. Okay, so thari ngaju gi di nalola that logu do chaso mangche experiment khashi chaso andi thiwa di chaso ikran so seu chung yo share. So we will start our chapter on photosynthesis the next video. Okay, so ngaju that photosynthesis chapter go chu sawa do the re de ine ta changma khashi so kyar jong do chaso dingone chen kyan jin chun chun na che cha gu da experiment dige changma. Okay, so we will go on to the kare photosynthesis now lo dre che do anju gi sunlight di go yo how ko so solar energy to produce food. All life forms depend on this particular process. Ani khare khare do requirement chlorophyll, light, carbon dioxide and water, right? And next in video na lo ngaju ta ngara ju loktem na lo gi content di ko chu wi bai na ro we will see how do we know that plants they need all these things. Chlorophyll go yo wata, light go yo wata, carbon dioxide go yo wata, chu go yo wata dige changma kandes how ko re nganju gi tanda ngaju loktem na lo khabdu te sha do. It seems like a general knowledge, but people a long time ago they didn't know about all these things. Photosynthesis kana how ko go mar, right? So scientists mangbu chi gi kale gyan experiment manda mangbu cheni ani nganju gi knowledge dia build up char photosynthesis ki knowledge di, right? So we will see how do we know what we know about photosynthesis in the next video. Okay.